It's a ghost town, we're in this together. They're closing all the stores down, we're heading for shelter. It's all war now, they'll always remember. We're locking all our doors down, we're sticking together. It's a ghost town. It's a ghost town, we're in this together. They're closing all the stores down, we're heading for shelter. It's all war now, they'll always remember. We're locking all our doors down, we're sticking together. It's all ghost town.
I know there's something in the wake of your smile. I get a notion from the look in your eyes. You've built a love, but that love falls apart. Your little piece of heaven turns to dark. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why, but listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye. Sometimes you wonder if this fight is worthwhile. The precious moments are all lost in time. We're swept away, and nothing is what it seems. The feeling of belonging to your dreams. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why, but listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye. You can't find the words, the sense of magic, the beauty that's been when love was wilder than the wind. Listen to your heart when he's calling for you. Listen to your heart. There's nothing else you can do. Listen to your heart before you tell him goodbye. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart.
persecuting of the Christians in Constantine.
Hi, welcome to CLACCA ULC. My name is Mr. Rev Comrade. We're back. I apologize for the late running of this church service. I realize it's a bit bright. Hoping that I'm hoping that will dim down. But welcome to CLACCA ULC. My name is Mr. Rev Comrade Rowley. And wherever you're live streaming, we'd like to acknowledge that the land that we're meeting on is of the Gadigal and the Wangal people of the Eora Nation, and pay respects to the elders, both past and present, and recognise sovereignty, treaty, and social justice has never been ceded. So, firstly, just a couple of announcements. CLACCA ULC organising is underway for our CLACCA ULC World Pride Mardi Gras protest entry for no pride and religious transphobia, equality without exemption protest entry. It took 5 years for CLACCA ULC to campaign for the equal right to march in Mardi Gras. We are having weekly Zoom meetings, which are at 2 p.m. Every Friday, and we are also having working days. There is a space. There is a space down at Leichhardt. We can use if people want to do that. I'm open whether people want to come here or go to Leichhardt. While it is limited space, they have very limited space. There is plenty of space in terms of organizing here. So. Feel free to get involved. Our first working bee starts next Saturday. From 1 p.m. If you want to know more information, please contact us on 0459 771 5200, or you can send us an email at clacca01@gmail.com. If you would like to register, for our Mardi Gras entry, you go to the Facebook. CLACCA ULC Facebook page, and you click on the Humanitax ticket link to register, or alternatively, you can send us a text message or a phone call at 0459 771 520. And we'll be more than happy to send you the link to register and tell you how you can get involved. And the other thing, important thing is we have, so as part of that, we also have Fair Day, the Mardi Gras and Fair Day briefing, which is on the 5th of February, and that's being held at the University of Sydney Business School. I've never really understood why they use a business school, but when they should probably use their own premises. But anyway, Mardi Gras have decided to use a business school to hold the Fair Day and Mardi Gras briefing. If you want to find, and as part of that, we've also got Fair Day. We are looking for volunteers. Volunteers for that. You don't have to register for that. It's just a matter of you just turn up on the day and volunteer. there is a bit of political policing going on from Fair Day, and essentially we're not going to accept it in any way, shape, or form. We do stand in solidarity with groups like Pride and Protest, who are, I believe their entry is No Pride in Genocide. So slightly different, but same cause. If you're interested in joining them, go and check out Pride and Protest. But if you're interested in joining a inclusive church that stands up for transgender rights and protests for the cause, while we've had a couple of difficulties, our main struggle is convincing people to register who believe in the cause. Essentially, I mean, our transgender rights are under attack in the churches, in schools, in the world, and we need people who want to support the cause and want to do something, and we believe in CLACCA ULC. We don't want to leave anyone behind. And we're a church, certainly, like we don't quit. We don't quit. No matter how long we have to fight for our rights. The other important announcement is Invasion Day is coming up on the 26th of January. If you want to find out more information about that, go to the Indigenous Social Justice Association page. But if you want to stay up to date with what's happening in CLACCA ULC, just head to our website at claccaulc.sydney.go.sites.com and click on the social media links, and you can find all the latest information. We are having open communion, so make sure you have your grape juice and bread. And join us for that. And a little bit later, coming up, we will also tell you what else you can do to help support the cause through our offering. So for now, we're going to have a moment's song of prayer. Please feel free to share your prayer requests in the comments below. God, in your grace, hear our prayer. And so now we're just going to cut to a song, and then after a song, which is Better is One Day, and it's by Matt Redman, and then we will jump straight into the message.
For here my heart is satisfied within your presence. I sing beneath the shadow of your wings. to find you in the place your glory dwells. Your glory dwells. Oh, better is one day in your courts. Better is one day in your house. Better is one day in your courts than thousands elsewhere. Better is one day in your courts. Better is one day in your house. Better is one day in your courts than thousands elsewhere. My heart and flesh cry out for you, the living God. Your spirit's water for my soul. I've tasted and I've seen. Come once again to me. I will draw near to you. I will draw near to you. Better is one day in your courts. Better is one day in your house. Better is one day in your courts than thousands elsewhere. Better is one day in your courts. Better is one day in your house. Better is one day in your courts than thousands elsewhere. Better is one day in your courts. Better is one day in your house. Better is one day in your courts than thousands elsewhere. Oh, better is one day in your courts. Better is one day in your house. Better is one day in your courts than thousands elsewhere. One day with you, One day with you. One day with you. My heart and flesh cry out for you. There is one day.
And that was Better as One Day by Matt Redman. And now we will bring you the message. Cool. So the message that we wanted to bring to you today is about people's expectation. And it comes from Isaiah 42, 1 to 4, 6 to 7, Acts 10, 34 to 38, and Luke 3, 15 to 16, and 21 to 22. In what is known as the infancy narrative, Luke has established a parallel between John and Jesus in chapters 1 and 2. Then Jesus devotes a long paragraph to John the Baptist as an adult. And John summarizes the preaching in the verses preceding today's passage. John and Jesus. John calls for conversion in very strong terms. John even confronts the powerful and corrupt people of their day. John's basic theme is the practice of justice and love in verse 3, 7 to 14. John's preaching seems to have a strong impact on the people and appears as a great spiritual leader. The people were filled with expectation, and all were questioning in their hearts concerning John, whether John might be the Messiah. The Baptist seems to have the characteristics of the Messiah, but John himself sets things straight. One who is more powerful than I is coming, John says, to all of them. In verse 16, John's calling for penance and the baptism are simply the preparation for the witness of Jesus. Luke stresses this in the second case with texts like those found in Matthew and Mark. In the Old Testament, fire is a symbol of God's judgment. Luke's short version of Jesus' baptism is also similar. Luke does not say that Jesus has come forth from Nazareth to be baptized in Matthew and Mark. John merely says that Jesus accepts the baptism when all the people were baptized. There is no dialogue between Jesus and John either, as was the case in Matthew. For Luke, John belongs to the past, which is over, yet we, the disciples of Jesus coming after him, have to keep a dimension of John the Baptist. In other words, in some way, we're all precursors of Jesus for those who do not know the message at all or who do not know it well. Following the experience with the pagan Cornelius, Acts 10:1-33, Peter understands this very well. Peter finds them to be an honest person, ready to listen to the gospel message brought by the apostle. The episode makes Peter understand that God shows no partiality. In verse 34, all nations are called. In verse 35, but for that to happen, Christ's followers have to assume their responsibilities. They are the witness of the message spread throughout Judea, beginning in Galilee after the baptism that John announced. In the phase following John, Jesus appears, and their message forms the central substance of the disciples' proclamation. Proclaiming the message of peace implies doing what is right, whose full meaning is liberation. This is what the Lord says in Isaiah's text, to open the eyes that are blind and to bring out the prisoners from the dungeon, from the prison those who sit in the darkness. This familiar and inspiring text will be used shortly by Luke himself to present what has been called Jesus' messianic plan. Being faithful to Jesus means carrying out this plan of liberation, vice versa, to address today's oppressions. Our next song of praise is Believe by Cher, and this is sung by a black man.
No matter how
Now it's time for our open communion. On the night that Jesus was betrayed, Jesus took a loaf of bread and broke it and said, This is my body, which is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me. And in the same way, Jesus took the cup after supper and blessed it and said, This cup is the new covenant of my blood, which is poured out for you. Do this in remembrance of me. Okay, we're going to try one more time. All right. Cool. So welcome to Open Communion. Communion before we got interrupted. On the night that Jesus was betrayed, Jesus took a loaf of bread and broke it and said, This is my body, which is broken for you. Do this in remembrance of me. In the same way, after supper, Jesus took the cup and said, This cup is the new covenant of my blood, which is poured out for you. Do this in remembrance of me. This table does not belong to the state. It doesn't belong to any church. It belongs to God, and all are welcome to the table without prejudice. Please come and share in this meal. Our next song of praise is called This Is Me, and it's by Pride PMV.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets, it's my skin. down. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be, this is me.
Cool. So now it's time for our offering. So if you would like to donate to our CLACCA ULC's Fighting Fund, you can donate at CLACCA Universal Life Church, BSB 1128799, account number 495470290, or gofund.me/6D910E99. Anything you can do to financially donate to support the life and work of our church is always greatly appreciated. We are a church that very much relies on crowdfunding funding to help us cover the costs etc. of the life and work that we do. Primarily, if you can't financially donate, that's completely okay. The biggest thing that we need in CLACCA ULC is reliable volunteers who are willing to turn up and support the life and work of CLACCA Universal Life Church. We are very much a church that is about that. Yes, I am a Christian, and I do practice Christianity. To me, it doesn't matter what people's religious. To me, it doesn't matter what people's religious beliefs are, but we are a church that very much. We're about education. We're about getting involved in organized protests, etc. And while there are times where we've had different, while our rights are sometimes under attack from those who don't support transgender folks or survivors of adult survivors of abuse. We CLACCA ULC very much believes in the power of protest. Protest, because you can write a million letters to address these injustices, but letters don't. I can guarantee you, speaking of someone who usually say something along the line, "Sorry, can't help you, go away." Go away. That's essentially what their response, what bureaucrats' responses are to letters. So you can write a million letters to address these injustices, but often letters get ignored or disregarded. That is, you can go and try to fight for justice in the court system. And there are times where adult survivors of abuse, we do need to do that. But when those avenues fail to work, and our rights continue to come under attack, and our rights, the only way that we've ever had to win the only way we've ever won our rights is to protest for them on the streets, and that's what CLACCA ULC has continued to join other groups that we've worked with in Mardi Gras, and that's certainly what CLACCA ULC will be doing. We'll be doing to protest in Mardi Gras, because we believe that Mardi Gras is a protest. We're protesting for a very important issue, to revoke the religious exemptions from the Anti-Discrimination Act, while primarily focused on transgender rights. We recognise, we also draw the link very much with other struggles who are fighting for equality and justice, and at a time where trans rights are under attack, we need people to stand with us and to march with us. So anything that you can do to support the life and work of the cause would be greatly appreciated. And our last song of praise is a song by the history, another song by the history teachers. And it's called Martin Luther. It's Luther to the tune of an old Bengal song, and it's called Martin Luther, and it's by the history teachers.
Germany, a sleepy little monastic town. Religious corruption ran rampant from the Pope on down. But a monk in school studied the Bible, and he thought it was strange. There were contradictions, and his conscience said it's time for a change. Martin Luther, looking for some truth, yeah. Expert Bible sleuth, yeah. The title was uncouth, yeah. Not to get that Martin Luther wrote down his objections and led into the cathedral door. Spoke out against relics and indulgences and so much more. For some left his ideas, the Pope was outraged at his reforms. Declared him a heretic and outlawing the Edict of Worms. Here I stand, a Holy Father, I can do no other. People really shouldn't bother changing my views to another. You say he convict others. Kidnapped one night and taken safely to the castle of Frederick of Saxony. Spent months translating the Bible in the language of Germany. Captured, tried, and released, and no longer a Catholic priest. He was free at last. He married a nun. Luther posted 95 theses on All Saints' Day Eve. His grace we receive. Money won't get us a reprieve. Just need faith and to believe. His name is Martin Luther. He's looking for some truth, yeah. Reformation grew, yeah. We can thank the
Thank you very much for joining us in CLACCA ULC. See, wherever you're watching, please get involved in our No Pride and Religious Transphobia Equality Without Exemption. We have our banner has not long arrived. Also join us for our Friday Zoom meetings to organise the event, and also join us for our Working Bee happening next Saturday. Anything you can do to support the cause would be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us, and God bless. That's all for now. Bye.